What is up guys, and welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be taking a look at the players that cost 500 or 650 shards and rank them in S, A, B or C tiers. This video will be relatively shorter than the last one, so I'll take some time to explain the criteria of these rankings, which I couldn't do in my previous video, so that you guys can understand why or how we put players in these tiers. First of all, these tier lists aren't performance rankings. Of course, their gameplay is one of the factors in determining their positions in these boxes, but it's just one factor. If their performance is good, great or bad, they surely get points based on that. The other aspect I look at is the shots to over ratio. A player with a better shots to over ratio gets points too. For instance, if a 108 player costs 500 shots, then according to the math, his shots to over ratio would be 0.216. And if a 107 player costs 600 shots, his shots to over ratio would be 0.178. Hence, the player with better ratio would take advantage. Another major aspect is the effectiveness of prime. If a player is given a position he can't thrive at, like for example, if a left-footed winger is given left winger position but he performs better at right winger, or a natural CM is given an LM or RM position, then that's also a negative. And that's how I determine the tier of a player for the given amount of shots. The actual overall rating based not just on performance but also on shots value and effectiveness of prime. So with that out of the box, now let's start the tier list. I want to start this tier list with Luis Diaz. And I would definitely put this guy in the S tier. He costs 650 shots, he's 108, amazing player, superb pace, and his dribbling is also superb. I think at this price, you're getting an amazing winger who's not just fast, but also feels very smooth, and shooting-wise, he's also superb. His pace is almost similar to Henry, and his dribbling is even better than Henry, who is currently the best left winger in the game right now. So I think Diaz suits perfectly in the S tier. Next up, I want to talk about Kenny Dalglish, and I feel like this guy also deserves to be in the S tier because he's amazing for a striker. He's got 5-star weak foot, stamina is decent, shooting is great, pace is nice, he feels great, but still I think his weakness is his lack of height and physical. I think that is also going to be a factor in putting him in the A tier, because even though he's a great card, he's still not perfect. And with the current centre-back meta, I think his physical and height can be a little bit of a problem. If you're using him in a 2-striker formation, then I think you can give him the benefit of the doubt and put him in the S tier, but overall, I'm just gonna put him in the A tier for now. Next up, let's talk about, Saliba, I think. And Saliba, I think, deserves to be in the B tier. If once again I talk about performance, then I would just put him in the S tier because his performance is incredible. He's such a good defender, but I also have to take a look at the price point. He's just 107, and he's the only 107 currently in this list. And I think it's a bit expensive when you look at Kohler, who also costs 650 shots, and he's an amazing center-back. And I think he deserves to be in the A tier because Saliba costs 600 and Kohler costs 650, but you're getting not just a better center back. In terms of performance, I think it is very difficult to compare these guys. I think because both of them give really solid performances, but then again, you get a higher over player. So Kohler just feels a little bit better in terms of overall performance. So I'm just gonna put Kohler in the A tier, and I think Saliba is looking really good in the B tier for now. And next up, let's talk about 2 CDMs. I think we should talk about Ramirez and Joao Neves, and we have to decide which one we should put in the S tier, because these 2 cards are very interesting. For Ramirez, he costs 650 shots, Neves cost 500 shots, and both are 108. So Neves wins the battle of value easily. Next up, we can compare these guys in terms of performance. I think both cards perform exceptionally well. Ramirez has high work rates and Neves has medium work rates, so I think both work pretty fine in my opinion for our CDM. High work rates in terms of defending is good for a CDM, but in terms of attacking, I think it's not that good. A CDM with high work rates can be a bit of a problem, so I think that's a negative for Ramirez. And Neves has medium defensive work rates, so he's not gonna track back a lot, which is also not a very good thing. So in terms of overall performance, I think both of these guys are equal. Their pace is almost similar, their defending is very decent, but both of these guys don't have perfect work rates. So I think that's a tie in that department. But then again, if we talk about effectiveness of Prime, if you put Ramirez in a CDM position to defend, I think he can defend a bit better than Neves. And Neves beats Ramirez in terms of dribbling and passing. But since the main job of a CDM is to defend, I think Ramirez is going to be in the S tier. It was very difficult to choose because I really thought Neves would go in the S tier because of a great price point. But then again, Ramirez just beats him in effectiveness of Prime, so I think Ramirez is going in the S tier. Next up, let's talk about Roberto, and I think he's going in the C tier for obvious reasons. Despite having an incredible pace of 119, combined with great passing and dribbling, his performance is still not that good. Plus, he's an LM, so effectiveness of Prime is also not there. He doesn't have any skill boost that would boost his pace, which is very essential for if you're playing on the wings. So I think C tier is just perfect for him. He's also very weak physically and loses the ball quickly. Plus that 3-star weak foot is also not helping. So C tier is just perfect for this guy. Next up, let's talk about two CMs. Xabi Alonso here, and then Steven Gerrard. One of them is going in the S tier, and that is clearly Gerrard. Once again, it's the same case as Ramirez and João Neves, because Gerrard costs 650 shots and Xabi Alonso costs 500 shots. In terms of value, Xabi Alonso wins, but in terms of performance and both effectiveness of Prime, Gerrard takes the win. Because Xabi Alonso lacks those attacking factors, his pace is not good enough, and his shooting is also lackluster. And when you look at Gerrard, he's got everything. His defending, physical, passing, dribbling, almost everything is just perfect. His stamina is great, he's got great set of traits. I think after Hulit, he is the best CM in the game currently. You could argue that it's Mateus, but I think Steven Gerrard takes at least the win in this duel. Lastly, we've got Florian Wirtz. It is once again very difficult to choose where you want to put Wirtz, because he's got great stats. His pace, shooting, dribbling, passing, everything is just perfect for a cam. His stamina is also decent, so the only thing lacking is the weak foot in my opinion, because I think a cam should have at least a 5-star weak foot, but that is kind of a luxury because not everyone in the world has a 5-star weak foot. But it's just my personal opinion, because I think if I'm playing with a cam is not a striker, so he is not always going to be inside the box where he gets a better chance at scoring with his weak foot. And since a cam is mostly playing from the middle, he gets equal opportunities from scoring from either side, whether it's the left side or the right side. And if he has a weak foot, then scoring from outside of the box becomes a little bit of a trouble. So for that reason, I wanted to put this guy in the B tier, but I think that would be a little bit harsh, because he's overall very solid. I mean, he's not physically that good, he can still lose the ball easily against stronger opponents, but I think it would be really unfair if we put Wirtz in the B tier, because overall as a cam, his performance is really nice. And that's a wrap on the 500 and 650 shots tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to like this video and don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions on this tier list. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, because these tier lists are gonna keep coming. So I will just see you guys in the next one.